Hey Hawkeye fans, welcome back to Tori Talks TV. I'm Tori.
And I'm Dr. S.
In this video, we'll be discussing Hawkeye on Disney+. This is episode 3 called Echoes.
Echoes, plural.
Oh, okay.
What's that about?
I don't know. No idea. Little reminder, I know very little. She knows a little more.
I've seen it all once through.
And I've seen WandaVision and Loki.
Okay.
All right, let's get into this episode. So it starts off with this cute little girl in class. This is Maya. And she can't hear. I literally, my heart was like, I couldn't take it when she asked her dad what sound the sky makes and what sound a dragon makes.
Talk about humanizing Echo.
Whoa.
So we met her last week, and she was just kind of a badass. Just did this hand gesture to one of the tracksuit dudes. And I was thinking, whoa. And then we start with this backstory.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Yeah. She's in karate. She has a prosthetic leg. She kicks butt.
She's doubly disabled.
Yeah, wow.
I didn't even know that part.
What a story. You didn't know that part?
And I love when her dad tells her she needs to learn to navigate two worlds and use her eyes. That whole thing, because it reminded me of, because she's an immigrant, wherever she grew up. I don't know if she was necessarily in America at that time, but then she had to navigate the two worlds of being an immigrant.
Oh, yeah.
And then also being, deaf. But then were they going to cover? She's going to pretend to not be deaf? That's pretty much because she asked, are you going to make me stop signing? And I think they want her to be able to pass as not being deaf.
Wow.
Or they couldn't afford to go to a private school. It was really...
Gosh, what a
quick way to set a backstory.
Yeah.
I know nothing about Echo as a character.
And then even more, her father's murdered.
Yes. And I don't know what business they're in, because as far as I have always known, Ronin is a vigilante killing bad guys. But then I didn't quite get from that little snippet backstory what organized crime business her family was in, right?
Oh my gosh.
Did it seem dastardly to you? It looked like they were fixing cars.
Yeah. Maybe that was a cover, though?
It could be, but we don't know, right?
Yeah.
I didn't miss anything, right? That's all I know. You guys tell me, because I don't know. Did Ronin make a mistake? Because he does seem a little guilty. Doesn't Clint seem a little like there's something seems shamed
we don't know.
Yes. There's some shame because he doesn't want to reveal anything.
Yeah. Yeah. It was really sad when her dad says to her, fly away, little dragon.
I know.
Yes.
Little dragon.
And then we get to catch up with Hawkeye and Kate.
Yes. And
they're still with the tracksuit mafia. I like when the one member comes up to Kate and asks her about Imagine Dragon tickets and the little advice for him and his girlfriend. Again, it was like dragons.
The dragon thing.
Yeah,
I totally caught that too. But my favorite part of that exchange was when Kate said, so you don't have to pretend to like Imagine Dragons.
He's like, no, I like Imagine Dragons.
And the face that she gave was like, okay. It was so judgy.
I like Imagine
Dragons. We are in Vegas.
Though, and they're from Vegas, so we have to love them. Yes. But I do really like them. I think so. Haters. Okay. Anyway, now Maya comes out and we have this little signing exchange between Hawkeye. But I guess he's not very fluent.
No, because he communicates, as we know, mostly with his child, Daniel.
Okay, so, right?
Because then he just started saying, I want cookies.
Oh, I know. So it's what you would talk to your son about, kind of, right?
I think so. What I imagine, because this backstory about him having hearing loss is not in any of the movies.
Oh,
so all we know is from last week's montage where everything blew up and over time he lost his hearing. I think that whole story was created for this show.
Okay.
But I love this whole theme of deaf, hearing impaired, communication, sign language, and something's going to happen to Daniel. I just feel like we've seen him too many times and we care about him. And then, that whole exchange where Hawkeye's hearing aid is out and they create that subjective experience of how he must hear. And it's very muffled and only certain tones. And then Kate has to help him translate with the legal pad. I was crying. Crying.
Oh my gosh.
Why was that so moving?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I felt the same way. I felt it. Yeah.
And when Echo told Clint, you rely too much on technology, and then smashed his hearing aid, I feel like that was a pivotal theme drop, right, for this whole season. Something about she smashed his hearing aid. He had to communicate through this low rent technology of person, paper, and then there's the whole low technology of the bow and arrow. But then, she said you rely too much on technology, all those trick arrows. right? Those are kind of how the classic bow and arrow got tricked up by technology. So then my prediction is that this whole season is going to end with like just a basic bow and arrow. Somebody, I think he's going to kill somebody with it, or he's going to get killed with it.
Oh, wow.
But it's going to be like super low tech.
Wow, you are on it.
I was totally all about this low tech, high tech thing in this episode.
Well, she makes a point of it. Very, very poignant. Right? Like, yeah, like this is something we need to pay attention to, right?
So that's totally happening.
Very good. Well, so something I got a little confused with is when they said that Black Widow killed Ronin. Okay. And she's not buying it. She's like, no, that's not true. You're lying. She thought it was a convenient lie, right? Yeah. Because, you're telling me that whoever killed Ronin is already dead, so I can stop the hunt. Okay. Right? So, but in a way, kind of like an Easter egg for the fans, Black Widow didn't kill Clint Ronin, but Ronin did come to an end because Black Widow kind of pulled him out of that darkness because they were such good friends. So in a way, you could say like wordplay. She killed him, killed the concept of Ronin, I guess. I like that. Yeah, so that was kind of cool. That is very cool. Something else that was cool was I finally got to see and feel Hawkeye's bow and arrow skills. Really, when he set Kate free with the and it was so cool. It's cool. Yeah, he's amazing. I mean, we knew that, but I really got to see it firsthand. It's so cool. Yeah. Yes, you get to see a lot of that in the Avengers movies. Oh, okay. So I was so happy that this was here for you to see. Oh, thank you. Yeah, all that bow and arrow stuff is totally cool. I'm a big fan of bow and arrows. Legolas, I think. Oh, Legolas. He's what started it, right? Yes. And I'm just really impressed with the special effects in this series. The 360 camera work in the car, that was so good with the overlay of the classical music. Oh, the music? It was so artsy. Yes. Oh, yeah, that whole... It was so, like, they kept going back and forth between... That was my favorite, so probably. Well, and then after that very long fight sequence, I'm not a big fan of fight sequences that go on very long, but it was interesting. It was fun. I like that the first thought was, we got to take the dog out for a walk. So but they just sat down from this major fight sequence, whatever you want to call it, and they're just like, we have to walk the dog. And then he just kind of spits out that she's one of the best archers in the world. And then once she's like, you really think so? He's like, yeah, we should really walk the dog. Because he can't hear her. That was so funny, because he didn't hear her say walk the dog, and then he didn't hear that she didn't hear. Thank you. But it is really is setting the groundwork for her becoming the new Hawkeye. Like you had said, you had predicted this. He's going to retire because he's over it. He wants to go spend time with his family. He better make it. He tells Kate that this life comes with many sacrifices, and I think you're right about passing the torch to her. Totally. I mean, they're officially a partnership right now, though. They're so cute. Yes, they are. So cute. I love when she says she wants her suit to be purple. It's our favorite color. I know. And apparently, per my ex-husband, the color of insanity. Whatever. Anyway, moving on. I like how he said if I ever wore that suit, my wife would divorce me. It's like a thing. It's intimidating. That's why. It's a powerful color. And then, like, the very last scene is they break into her mom's penthouse, and Jack is waiting there with sword. More low-tech technology weapons, which is so interesting because so much of the Avengers movies is all high-tech, Tony Stark, Iron Man, and this Hawkeye, the whole thing is just like break it down. Car chases, Oh, okay. Yeah, nothing intergalactic, no magic. It's just, It is street level. Yeah, street level. I like it. Yeah. No, it is really interesting. It's cool because I did start with WandaVision, very magic. That was very confusing. And then Loki is out of this world. Yes, intergalactic. So then now I'm here, like, I think I started so high, this kind of brings it down a little bit, but I like it. It humbles it. It humbles this hero. And, like, in the whole MCU, it goes everywhere. Like, there'll be the more street fighting aspects, and then the more mystical time travel, which is time travel and intergalactic are my favorite. So cool. But I didn't think I was gonna like this kind of like street fighting, low tech car chases. I forgot how much I do like car chases. Bring back the car chases. Yeah. Well, if you do that same 360 camera work, I'll totally watch it. But anyway, good episode. Yes. Just easing our way into this. All right. Let us know what you thought of this episode by commenting below. And please could you like and subscribe while you're there if you take the time. And we'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.